Okay, so Blake mentioned that Nevada has collected a lot of revenue from the taxes, but I'm wondering what its time period was on that data because, as Courtney mentioned, the decline in Nevada revenue was in 2015. So not sure where you got that from, but also STIs, even though they are legalized in brothels, even with the condom checks, it won't decrease the STDs. It stated that sex workers are 10 times more at risk of HIV compared to the general population due to an increased likelihood of being economically vulnerable, unable to negotiate consistent condom use, and experiencing violence, criminalization, and marginalization. So there's no way to completely regulate the amount of STIs that would be going on in brothels. Also, the mental health is still a huge thing that cannot be regulated. As Dr. Melissa Farley said, the regulation of prostitution by zoning is a physical manifestation of the same social psychological stigma that decriminalization advocates allegedly want to avoid. Reflecting on the social isolation of those in it, prostitution is often removed from the mainstream, goes on, in Nevada brothels, ringed in with barbed wire or electric fencing. Women in state-zoned prostitution are physically isolated and socially rejected by the rest of society. So in Nevada, it's clearly not very safe in the legal brothels, with another statement from Dave Anderson. Even in the U.S. state of Nevada, where brothels are legal and where women are supposed to be kept safe and protected from exploitation, are the subject of a searing commentary by former prostitutes. Women working in the brothels are kept practically in prison, allowed to leave only when in the presence of their pimp. Many of the women are extremely vulnerable and enter the profession as a result of a history of abuse. Once working as prostitutes, they're even more vulnerable. The legalization of their work in Nevada only serves to leave the women open to abuse while providing legal protection to their abusers. So with both of those facts of evidence from Nevada, where it currently is legal in certain counties, I don't believe that it would be it would not be more beneficial to legalize it in other brothels in the United States when it has so many negative violence acts where it currently is legal. It's also a victimless crime for the women, as Joseph Parker stated. People who had luckier lives as those who profit from the sex industry in some way frequently refer to prostitution and pornography as a victimless crime. They point to the time fraction of sex workers who actually might be involved by choice. They selectively read history to find some tiny minority somewhere at some time who gained something in the sex business. The very selectiveness of their attention indicates that on some level they know that for almost everyone, involvement in the sex industry is a terrible misfortune. Also, to go against what Blake was saying, is that legalization and decriminalization of prostitution does not control the sex industry, it just expands it. So over the last decade, as pimping became legalized and then the brothels decriminalized in the Netherlands in 2000, the sex industry expanded 25%. At any hour of the day, women of all ages and races dressed in hardly anything are put on display in the notorious windows of Dutch brothels and sex clubs and offered for sale for male consumption. They are the women, most of them women from other countries, who all have a likelihood in being trafficked into the Netherlands. So with all these sources of facts from the STIs, the mental health, the victimless crimes, and how awful women are treated, it should not become legal. Thank you.
Can I take a slide?
Yeah, you've got time.